Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. This is your host, D Rose. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. If you're watching the video, to support the channel, make sure that you hit the like button. So now, the Air Force had been getting a lot of backlash in regards to them actually saying that they would not be planning on sharing the lessons of the Tuskegee Airmen, which is a group of black pilots that were known for their participation in fighting in the World War II. There's also another group which is considered the WASP, which is the Women Air Force Service Pilots. So they had put both of those videos under review so that would be something that would not be shared in the training, right? And it was temporarily removed from the U.S. Air Force curriculum due to the new the person that's over it being very supportive of DEI and pretty much backing of what Trump is focused on, or him and his colleagues, all of the Republicans, right, that are on board with it. So they had temporarily removed it from the U.S. Air Force curriculum. Now, it has now been reviewed, and now they are allowing for people to actually speak about the Tuskegee Airmen, which is a very historic group that played a very pivotal part in World War II. They have not made any decision as of now, as I'm looking into the research of this video, to say if they will include the WASP, which is the Women Air Force Service Pilots, back into it, because it just doesn't know of how it aligns in regards to the program, right? So as Trump and his party aims to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs within the federal government, this is just one of the latest things that have come out. But I actually would like to say, whomever that had issues with them removing such fine history, regardless if you're talking about the Tuskegee Airmen or if you're talking about the women that played a part as well, shout out to you all, because I just kind of feel like that there's going to be a lot of different things that come out, and people will have mixed thoughts in regards to what did the DEI programs actually support and what is the actual target of them, right? I know that there's going to be a different shift in a lot of stuff in the programs, and I spoke about it in other videos, but the important thing is that with some of these things that are history, I don't agree with them being removed. Now, some of the programs and some of the stuff that were supported from a financial perspective, I was looking at some numbers, and I will be more than happy to follow back up on this topic, that I think from a global perspective, and I would have to research the numbers, but I think black people were supported by 4 to 10% of the DEI programs or incentives that were put out there for it. So I have to do research, so I don't want to speak too much about it, but I'm of the belief that maybe some of those programs and some of that funding may not even been landing in the right hands, or the correct people may not have been benefiting from it. And of course, it's not just black people, it's women, but then it's also a fraction of that were in support of the LGBTQ plus community. So you don't really see of who benefited what. And right now, with things being placed on hold and them reviewing it, is the history part of it I don't agree with, and it's foolish, right? But then on the other end is, who's the direct target here? Are you saying that minorities, meaning black people? Are you saying minorities, meaning Hispanic people? Are you saying minorities, meaning, transgender people within the LGBTQ plus community? Like, who and what are you considering minorities? Because when you go at history and you think about the airmen that fought and the women that fought back in World War II, they played very pivotal, places in that time. So erasing it for what? If you're saying moving forward, that wouldn't be something that you would be placing government funding into, because you feel like those funds weren't being allocated in the correct places, completely understand. But to go back and erase history, whoever is behind it, I think that's some stupid shit. Like, just to keep it all the way real with you, going back in erasing history, you can't. It's set in stone. If you're saying that your other focus is something else, I just be interested. Let me know what you think, because it's a lot that I'm going to be speaking about over the next few days. Drop your comments, share your thoughts, subscribe to the channel if you're new. As always, long live CC. I'm out.